to sing? Contestant number 2, David Sunderman. The Stories We Tell. The Stories We Tell, David Sunderman.
It's the night of my 5th grade ice cream social. Got my mint chocolate chip on a waffle cone as it drips down the side of my hand. When I see her across the gym. It's Katie Lee. We're in the same class together, and I've been madly in love since the beginning of the school year. Tonight I get up the guts, walk up to her. Hey, Katie, would you go steady? And she said yes, with only 2 conditions. Number 1, I couldn't tell anybody. And number 2, I was never to speak to her in public. Do you have a story like that? A story where you weren't good enough. A story where you were rejected. Where you failed. A story that maybe you've carried with you for years. Because those stories, they are so much more than the words and the characters. Those stories define who we are. I have a story. Mine started in the 5th grade. In chapter 1, went, to date you would be embarrassing. In high school, I changed my story. Evelyn stole my heart my sophomore year, and for the next 3 years, I did everything in my power to win her over. Bought her flowers, took her out to the movies. I even pretended to be a vegetarian. And finally, our senior year at the homecoming dance, if you had been there, you would have witnessed a perfect evening. At the end of that night, I drove her home, walked her to the front door of her house, and leaned in for a goodnight kiss. She put her hand on my arm, looked at me with her big brown eyes, and said, "But we're such good friends." Such good friends, without even realizing it, I had fallen into the friend zone. And from there, I wrote chapter 2. You're just not boyfriend material. When I got to college, I said, no more. I'm going to become the man that women want. Step 1, I knew women like dating an older man. So, started losing my hair. 2, I was too skinny. When I went to the toga parties on campus, I looked less like a Greek god and more like Gandhi. So I started going to the gym every day, and after just 1 year of hard work and dedication, I had gone from 135 pounds, a weakling, to 139 pounds, pure muscle. Last, I knew women couldn't resist a man in uniform, especially if he was an athlete. So, I joined the cheerleading squad. And when I wasn't out on the field cheering on my team, you could usually find me in the gym, where a personal trainer caught my eye. She was incredible. 5'10", long brown hair, and smart. I said to myself, I need to get to know her. Which in guy terms means learning as much about her as possible without actually talking. Or as some of us may call it, stalking. I found out her name was Cinnamon. Interesting name. And the next time I saw her in the gym, I said, you know what? I'm going to ask her out tomorrow. And tomorrow came. I said, this is it. Today is the day. Today is the day that I ask her out. Tomorrow. And after 7 tomorrows, I knew if I didn't make a move soon, I was going to lose my chance. And I walked up to her and I said, "Hey, Cinnamon, coffee with me sometime?" She looked at me and she said, "Yeah, that sounds good. I got to check my calendar, but okay." Right. Check your calendar. Got it. And that was the final chapter. Give up. They're just not that into you. And having been soundly rejected, I did what any self-respecting man would do. I hid from her. Avoided her completely. And it worked great for about 2 weeks, until one day, I'm standing in the gym, and I see her coming out of the corner of my eye. To be honest, I panicked. I didn't know what to do, but I knew I didn't want to live through that again. I started looking for somewhere to hide. I ran over to the aerobics area, grabbed the first thing I saw, pink dumbbells. Whatever. Start working out, just things couldn't see me. Felt a tap on my shoulder. "Hey, Cinnamon, what's up? Are we ever going to grab that cup of coffee?" "Coffee, yeah. You check your calendar? You're free?" She liked me. That whole time, she wanted to go out with me. It wasn't 5th grade all over again. She wasn't embarrassed of me. It wasn't high school. I hadn't fallen into the friend zone. And my story, the story I had told myself of rejection, was wrong. The scary thing is, if she hadn't found me that day and helped me change my story, 3 months later, we wouldn't have been engaged. And I wouldn't be standing here today, 10 years from that date, having just celebrated my 8th wedding anniversary. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, I ask you, what story do you have? What story have you been telling yourself for years that is holding you back? And what would be possible if you changed the ending? Thank you.